My backup weapon. In what position do I have to be to get to it? Okay? I'm not saying good or bad. I'm saying that if you're going to practice backup weapons, you got to practice getting to them. You got to practice getting to them. Stuff like to my ankle. If I have to get down to my ankle and I got somebody over top of me, is that really the right position for me to go to something on my ankle? Even knife carry. How hard do you think it actually is if somebody's holding on to you, jacking punches on you for you to get to your knife out of here? Again, depending on where it is. You have to make sure that you're practicing getting to it. Because most people, even on the range with our own department, will do a drill. We'll say, shoot out everything that you have. Everything you have. And we'll make them go through this certain drill. And then they'll say, I'm done. We'll go, hey, get your back. You can see the backup holster right on them.
Strapped to the outside of their vest.
Because why? They don't practice that way. They don't practice that way. They don't train that way. On the ankle, if I get knocked to the ground, first of all, how easy it is for me to get to my ankle versus how easy it is for him to get it. If I'm kicking at it with there and all of a sudden it comes up and he sees my gun right there, again, I might be handing him the gun. So with the backup weapons, we don't really advocate carrying, or not carrying, I should say. All we advocate that if you are carrying it, you have to train with them realistically too.
How many carry backup weapons?
Real hard, even if jam right here, to try to get to my backup weapon down there. Put
The better question would be how many don't carry backup weapons?
Right. How many don't carry backup weapons?
I don't need
Okay, you don't need it.
it.
How many carry tasers? Okay, can that be a backup weapon?
Yeah.
It can. And you need to train your officers that if they're not going to carry it, they need to be able to transition from one to the other. I mean, if you run like we ran dry yesterday, would that be an option? Just run up on the guy and start tasing him? Absolutely. And then take his gun away from him.
That wasn't good yesterday. Should have borrowed our own taser.
It will actually hit more on that weapon retention portion right now.
You run up on with the taser and they got it back.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now we're going to add the focus mitts so we can actually get a little bit of striking time on. So, with the focus mitts, let's talk about how you're holding them so you don't get whacked yourself. All right, so we'll start off again. The first, we will have him go ahead and slap to the cover position. Bam, hit, draw, lead elbow, pull the trigger, rear, good, chop, cycle, back in, pull the trigger, rear, front. This one's empty, so, right, as I cycle through, cycle, back, pull the trigger, rear, chop, and this is one way you can practice if you just wanted to get without cycling the rounds up. Just be cautious that this is very, very sharp, and if you hit your partner with it, you're going to cut him. Right, so lead, pull the trigger, pull, chop, cycle, back in, let go of my gun, pull the trigger, hit, cycle, back in. So you want to work up to where you can get a little power on the mitts. Questions? Have more than one round in when you demo too. In a row. All right, load up. Grab eye gouge. Draw. Brace contact. Okay, go to Giraffe's position. Verbals. Get up. Fire. Pull that rear elbow through, striking the cross. Focus mitt. Okay, pull back so the lead one ends up hitting the other cross, focus mitt. Bring the mitts together in front of your face. Double chop. Okay, cycle the weapon. Turn quickly, cycle. Come back in, push it into the focus mitts. Verbals.
Get off my gun.
Okay, those that are holding the focus mitts, keep your teeth clenched so you don't get whiplash.
Don't talk through this.
Don't talk through it. All right, now go through it slowly. We're going to come around and just check your positioning.
Hitting that side face around.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Get my gun.
Rear. Chop. See where that chop
No,
is?
you did.
Okay, cycling, back in. Now, okay, boom.
Get off.
1.3 seconds or whatever it is. It's not going to be that way. I may have to strike a few times. Boom, all of a sudden I get some kind of jam where I look down and I got some type of jam in it. I can't take my focus off of this guy to clear this jam. Because if all of a sudden I start going like this, guess what? He's going to start overwhelming me and then I'm through anyhow, okay? So, it may be something as far as I drop my magazine here, I might have to come back in, strike a few times, every once in a while cycle through a few times, strike a few times, then break some distance, get the magazine back in, and go. It's going to have to come in increments. It's not going to be like on the range, where we drop, slap, tap, rack type thing. It's going to have to come in increments. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? And you can't get so focused down here that you start forgetting about the guy punching you. Alright?
If the guy's punching, you won't be able to reload that easily. The other method is basically, give me one minute. That you have a bad malfunction, or you're going to try to clear the malfunction. So I've created a bad malfunction here, where I have like basically a double peak. So as I'm hitting him here, boom, 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 but I realize it's pretty bad. I've gone through where I've tried to clear it. I pull the magazine and it's still pretty boogered up, right? So I'm still going through my hits, right? I try to cycle it. Well, now I know I'm empty, right? Or hopefully I'm empty, right? Maybe, maybe not. So as I'm pushing, we found one place that you can clear and reload is basically just doing a backfall. So I get here, I start kicking, right, as he's moving. Right, I create distance, get the magazine in, cycle, then I'm just going to do what we're trained to do, just shooting straight up. So boom, 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 don't shoot your feet. Kick at the knees, kick at the groin. Okay, so that's your option. Just make sure that you don't fall into someone behind you. All right? Okay, continue.
Both sides of the pad drilling it?
No.
Okay, let's make sure both sides go.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
I didn't see that.
why we have it here, it's not just a quick popping back. It's not made for a jab. It's made that when I hit, boom, I'm exploding everything into this. Whether high or I'm going to hit you a little bit low, don't worry about the pad. Or if I even go low into it, it's the same thing. Everything's coming into it. Think of it more like a bench press or explosive push-up versus just a jab. Does that make a little more sense? It hits, boom, and I'm exploding everything through. Because that might be my time to create distance to go back to my regular shooting platform. Okay? Make sense? Okay.
Oh.
All right. Now, when you run empty this time, you go through, you run empty. So, which one way you can tell that you run empty? You have locks back. All right. So, with the magazine in, right, it's going to lock back. If you think you have a malfunction, you may drop the magazine and it's going to go forward. So you have to decide on, right, if it's empty or if you have a malfunction. Okay, we're going with a reload, right? I've already gone through my strikes, chops, right? As I take my backfall, right, I'm going to try to get rid of the magazine, right? So as I go backwards, boom, start kicking. And when you kick hard, and as you're circling, try to get the guy. See where I'm kind of holding the gun here, though? Instead of out here, right? Bam, 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 bam. All right? Be able to go back. Kick here. If he gets a hold of the weapon, which can happen, once he grabs, I pull and twist quickly, like this. But I'll push with my feet at the same time, where I'm going to kick and pull. All right? In other words, I'm taking the gun from this direction to a quick twist. All right? So if you're getting that struggle, pull and twist at the same time to try to get it to release. Worst case scenario, if he locks in really hard, right, get your feet into it. I don't care if you're kicking, hitting, whatever, start hitting and kicking, get the feet out, get back, get going again. All right, because you can end up just like the deputy in Richmond. That's where he was at, struggling like this. Okay? Questions?
The twist has to be there. And the reason why, if I got a good grip here, he just tries to push, pull, I can keep hold up pretty good. But as he twists, see what he, just do it slowly down. Watch how it changes in my hand. See how it changes in my hand as I go through? If he just leaves it up, I can keep pretty good grip here. And we can just stay into this, even with his leg and get the ball. It's really that quick twist that gets it out of my grip.
Effective even if he's got the back of the slide?
What's that? Yeah, even if I have it back to slide, same thing. I can almost put down.
starts to change. Especially the Bretta one, be careful with this.
Even if I have his wrist back here, it's the same thing. Because watch what it does to my hand. Okay?
Makes you weaker.
Yeah, it makes my wrist go like this to open up.
Use your feet to pry to kick their arms off too. Especially if the weapon's jammed, the likelihood of you shooting your own feet probably going to be less. All right? So reload, that's what we're going to.
Hey, don't eat then. Quick.
We don't want to drive because we don't want it to where
Get it to
they
him.
start going like this. We want it to be boom, an explosive chop
You got
through,
it
almost
cut
like chopping
It
wood.
did for a
You don't
second, I
chop-
know
You don't
it's
chop into wood and quickly pull it out.
Russ.
Boom, you chop in, get that big cut, and pull out. Does that make sense?
There you go.
Okay, lead. Okay, trigger pull. Where's your elbows?
Bam, bam, bam. Michael. Oh, something happened there. Oh my God.
Before he falls out.
What?
Not one of them.
So jam?
No, just. Oh, is that all it's supposed to go? Go reload or jam? One of the two.
Move around a little bit. Move around, make them track. Bend your knees, just let it move around. Watch bend your knees, go. There. Put your feet towards him. He's a bad guy. Come this way. Bring your head so you can see on video. Okay, come over that way. Now, if you're going to hold on to your gun, you know he's going to grab for it, you need to do what?
Slap it.
Go back to the G-wrap position. Hold on to it, grab onto it. So we're going to have your partner reach over, get a good grip on it. Let him grab it. Now, in this case, if I've already fired, how are we going to release his hands? Yeah, use your feet in conjunction with your hands. So if he has a good grip under an overhook, okay, he's going to do the lift and separate or push and pull. Don't be afraid to bring your feet up over the top and start kicking him in the face though. Right, because you can almost pry or bring him in the inside and pry on his hands. Right? In other words, your legs are a lot stronger. Get in there and just start raking up and down and push him off. All right, so some of the examples, okay? I'm tripping. This is where if your partner has gloves, you put the gloves on.
Good shrimping, man. Good shrimping.
Okay, so he's grabbing on. Okay, he grabs on. He's got a good grip. You can bring your feet to the inside or the outside. Start to push, start to pull, start to manipulate the weapon. Use both feet, both feet. There, push and pull. There, push, pull, strip. Now, then use your feet, get him back, get a shot on. Right, but you can see if you can bring your feet in and start hitting, get it going. Reload, reload, reload. Cycle, move around. Uh-oh, I hate when that happens.
Okay, if he grabs your gun when there's a round in it, okay? Also, if there's a round in it and I grab your gun, where's my energy usually pulling? Right toward me. Instead of trying to fight that, allow him to come right up. He'll allow me to come right into you. So now, where's that shot going? Most people, when they start pulling this gun, they're going to bring it right where? Right to that center line. So if there's a round in there,
Faster, man.
Here.
hey, round in there, and all of a sudden I grab a hold of it. Instead of trying to fight it, allow me to pull right into me. Bam, there's the shot. Now twist, pull out. Good. Now you cycle.
This is a problem. Okay? If you get this, it's starting to break up the rounds. Come up, take a look. That means it's driving on the time.
Okay, here we have two different feed ramps from two separate sim guns. The one on the right seems to feed a lot better. The one on the left is an older design, and we get a lot of malfunctions. So if you have that type, you're going to have to get different springs on the magazines, because we continually start to get jams on those. What's that?
go back and forth. Done.
What?
A whole bunch of water here you can have in your water bottle.
You got any suggestions? When the bad guys turn, just dump it.